We all fold under an inevitable breakup. It's what makes us human. As long as you remember that this is one step towards a brighter future where your past wrongs can be made up for and you're a little wiser for the weary. Boy, I only wish it was that easy. I am going to share with you one of the possible effects of a breakup and what possible consequence can occur in such an event. This is the final episode of this podcast, entitled Lover's Bane. Original story by David G. Cox, and original soundtrack by Purple Planet. To visit their website, click on the link in the description below. A young couple had just ended a relationship, the decision made by the male of the pair. His reasons being that there was not enough chemistry, and that the two did not have enough to compare. She was cool and accepted his decision, up to a point. Since they had been together for so long, puzzled during most of it, as her feelings for him were too strong to bear, bringing her out in an obsessive fit. She kept calling him for over a month, sending him text after text. It drove him bonkers, all alone with his girlfriend, who kept questioning him about his ex. She sent him naked photos of herself, as well as video messages about their times together. Until finally he went and blocked her off every contact. He assured her that what they had was gone forever. But she was not appeased and kept trying. Many days of sleep wasted over making ends meet. She had lost a lot of weight over the coming months, and her finances began to slowly deplete. She tried the old-style pen and paper for sending love letters. One came through his mailbox day after day. This did not go unnoticed by his girlfriend, who kept each one with a feeling that he was going to betray. He assured her that nothing was going on between them, but she still had her doubts, as painful as they were. So he called the police on this and asked for a restraining order, and asked the mail office to not send any letters from her. With communication options now lacking, she was at her wit's end. She hung around the town centre in all their usual spots. Going outside day after day drove him round the bend. But that was when she noticed his love interest, walking with him hand in hand, happy as they were. She felt the competition burn inside her now frail body, as she knew she had to get rid of her. She kept a close eye on this girl and all her activities. She even followed her to her workplace. All the while the girl felt uneasy and under surveillance, as per the worried looks and fear on her face. One evening, the girl left work later than usual. She called her boyfriend to pick her up, as she did not feel comfortable walking home alone and with wrinkles showing all over her makeup. He said he would be there in 15 minutes, barring traffic and other delays. So she turned to go back inside and wait, only to be ambushed and knocked down in a daze. By the time he arrived to pick her up, she was already gone, disappeared there and then. He feared the worst when he saw a note that read, "She will no longer bother us again." Quickly he got into his car and drove away in haste. He had to find her quickly and save her from his ex. He looked all around the town in their own spots. He even kept sending her text after text. As the girl woke, her head was pulsating and bloody. Not to mention she was all tied up on a chair. There was only one light above her, as the now frail ex looked at her with an intimidating glare. The fear swelled up inside the girl as well as hatred, as she started talking about all sorts of things. The life she had with her ex, the man he was, as well as poor judgment of women and wedding rings. But none of that mattered once she got the cleaver out, etching an imaginary circle where her heart was beating fast. The last thing the girl heard was, "He is mine," before her heart was carved out of her body, her breath drawing its last. He arrived at the house of his ex, the last place he thought to look. As he smashed the door down, silence surrounded every cranny, every nook. He checked all over the house, a baseball bat in hand. The last place he looked was down the basement. Step by step, he slowly made his way down the stairs, only to be pushed down by his ex, his leg completely adjacent. The bat rolled away as he lay on the basement floor in pain. As she went slowly down, cleaver and the girl's heart in hand. He looked up and saw her face all happy and baggy. Why she was happy about what she did, he found hard to understand. She threw the heart down to him with a feeling of satisfaction, saying that they could be together now forever and ever. But he just looked at her with utter fear and disgust. "No way will I get back with a nutcase like you," he yelled at her. These words hurt her like a stab to the heart. She did everything for him. No, yes, like she thought it would. So she thought of the only thing she could to save her the agony. If she couldn't have him, nobody else could. She got the cleaver and stabbed him to death. His heart she carved out from his cold chest. It now resides within a jar as part of a shrine, forever as a reminder of the boy who loved her best. My heart will always be with you, for now and forever. May I forever be reminded of you, of this bond we share and never sever. You have been listening to the final episode of this podcast. We all knew this series would not last. To all my watchers and subscribers out there, sleep well tonight, and remember to share the fear.